Did you guys see the most recent Minecraft update? They just removed the splash text, "Miners welcome." And if you ask me, rightfully so. Minecraft was never made for Zoomers. It doesn't even have competitive matchmaking. And did you know the average age of Hermitcraft is 85? That's true. But it's not the first time they removed splash text either. Back in version 1.1, Minecraft gained support for multiple languages, and as a result, they added 7 new splash texts saying hello to each new country it now included. Wales, Korea, Poland, etc. Cute little detail, right? But get this, in April 2022, 10 years later, they specifically removed the splash text saying "Hello Russia" due to current events. And say what you will about that stuff, but we're talking about Minecraft? They really had to remove "Hello Russia"? I guess Mojang just hates Russians. Freaking racists! I just wanted to include that fun tidbit as a setup for today's video. You see, I have a theory, a thesis, a pretentious video essay, that Mojang doesn't understand Minecraft. At least, not anymore. That's right, viewer, I'm making a video talking about how old Minecraft had so much more soul. I've tricked you all into watching another stupid nostalgia bait video, and now you're not allowed to click off. You have to listen to my schizo delusions. Now I feel obligated to mention my last video on the subject of old Minecraft. You see, 9 months ago I made an absolute masterpiece of a video trashing on another video by Sipover, talking about how he thought old Minecraft was so much better. And I did such a good job at demolishing him, he hasn't uploaded another video to this day. But unfortunately, there was a lot of people who watched this video of mine and thought I was specifically trashing the older versions in general.
Were you seething so hard over a difference in opinion that you forgot to actually listen to what any of these people are saying?
But hey, he's different, right? Because he builds minigames.
Who do you think you are? Some kind of epic, pretentious video essay guy? You're gay.
The dudes over at r/Golden Age Minecraft in particular seriously hate my guts. I even got preemptively banned from their subreddit. I never even posted. Internet moderators, am I right? But it's unfair, because what really annoyed me is I wanted to go into more depth talking about the differences between old and new Minecraft, but because my video was framed around being a response to Sipover, I was behest to his arguments. And well, he sucked ass and didn't make any good ones. So do consider this video a spiritual successor, where I'm instead responding to someone with more than half a brain hemisphere. It's hard to pinpoint why people feel differently about the older versions. I keep seeing people online say stuff about the vibe or how lonely it feels, but I gotta be honest, that's probably just because it's their first time playing a single player game in a long time. It must be hard to sit down without a competitive rank to train. I mean, Minecraft has pretty much got all the same features today as the old versions, and then some. So why is there such disparity? Is it purely nostalgia? Do I just not get it? Am I truly a soulless husk of an incel, as Turf Stomper on Twitter keeps telling me? Yes! Okay, I'll be serious. I want to kill Jeb. I was scrolling through YouTube Shorts the other day, desperately searching for a meaning in life, maybe in hopes of finding it in a Kamen 18 short.
What's the gayest mob in Minecraft?
When I came across this particular short, which really resonated with me, and I'm just gonna play it in full. And after watching this, I felt something. My cold, dead heart grew 3 sizes that day. It bloody hurt. And I realised why people like old Minecraft. It's because it has something the newer versions just don't. The aesthetic. Okay, prepare yourself, because this is where the video is going into pretentious overdrive mode. Johnny, cue the Mozart! When you look at the old textures for the game, they had a lot more internal contrast and roughness to them. Take diorite for example. This is the old texture for diorite. It's a white stone with flakes of dotted black sprinkled in, which if you look at a picture of real diorite, is literally what it looks like. The blank dots really stand out. Now compare that with the newer texture for Diorite, where all the lines suddenly seem really smoothed off. Instead of sudden dark specks, it's blobs of light grey mush strewn throughout. Sure, it's easier on the eyes, but let me ask you, which one of these two textures looks like it's made out of rock? Like rock. Which one of these two textures would you rather pick up to bash someone's skull in with? The point I'm trying to illustrate is the older Minecraft textures did a much better job at representing the material, while the newer ones seem more concerned about being a single colour. Take a look at the old versus new cobblestone. I can imagine sticking my fingers between the gaps of the old stones, feeling around at the depth and whatever gunk might be down there, while the newer ones just seem a lot more flat to me. The new textures overall are just less rough. They have less variation in overall colours while having greater variation of the same colours. They kind of look a bit smudgy, to be honest. And then I started to think, why is this the case? You see, my theory is the older textures seem to embrace the pixel art aspect of the game. They're just an abstract representation of a real world material, while the newer textures seem like they're trying their best to not be pixel art. And as weird and as vague as that sounds, I do have a bit of evidence. Take a look at the sniffer, and especially the happy ghast. These guys, for whatever reason, have a much higher pixel resolution than a whole lot of other stuff in the game. Especially in the Ghast's case, they literally retextured the old one and made him more detailed and at a higher resolution. Why? Well, I think it's because the artists are struggling to confine themselves to the game's pixel art style. They don't understand the strengths of the limitations, and instead of using it to their benefit, they seem to me like they're trying to fight against it. I look back at this short I showed, and the reason it hit me so hard is not because it's an old version, but because you can tell it's an old version. The game has the same features, but if you look at two different screenshots, it's unmistakable. The game simply looks different now. Minecraft's paintings were largely made by Swedish artist Kristoffer Zetterstrand, and I genuinely love his artwork. If I'm ever rich enough, I really want to buy one. I think they really capture a unique and surrealist vibe. His paintings in-game get pixel crunched down a lot, and I think they lose a lot of their meaning. I'm sure a lot of you watching probably have never seen some of the originals I'm showing on screen right now, but they have such an ethereal yet digital focus. Some of my favourites are the ones where he's painted in oil scenes from computer games. More specifically, scenes where he is no-clipped out of the playable area looking in. It feels like a naughty, otherworldly perspective. If God exists, I wonder if he'd use our world in Gmod no-clip. He's also done more traditional paintings but with digital computer graphics imposed into them, which I remind you, his paintings are paintings and not done in a computer, and all of this captures a very strange faux retro aesthetic. It's not digitally made, but instead wears digitalism as a dress. I think his artwork falls into a similar camp as those Enna videos. And ultimately, I think they were the absolute perfect match for Minecraft. Because truthfully, old Minecraft was doing the exact same thing as Zetterstrand's artwork. It's normal today because we're used to seeing Minecraft, but back in 2009, seeing a game with such low resolution textures in a 3D environment made of goddamn giant blocks was absurd. But despite this, the game was really well crafted. You had full range of movement. It looks like a game from the 90s, but Minecraft could have never come out in the 90s. The game also has a motif of computer-esque numbers. You hold 64 blocks to a stack, the ocean is at Y64, the reoccurrence of the number 16, from the lighting to the number of colours of wall. Just like Zetterstrand's paintings, Minecraft wears its faux retro digitalism as a dress. My point is not that old Minecraft is better or worse, but that it's different. It's aesthetically different. When you play old Minecraft, you play differently, you build differently, and I feel that the newer editions have lost track of the original art direction somewhat. They don't get the original intention behind the look of the game. I mean, a lot of the new mobs have very detailed animations and models compared to my OG Pig Bros. And consider the recent developments behind the new shader pack called Vibrant Visuals, which, by the way, is coming to Java and will be enabled by default. This will become the new look of Minecraft. What a bloody far sight from the original. Another way I've been looking at it, and maybe this is a video for another time, but Minecraft's music. C418 versus the new artists. C418's original score was very melodic. I've always seen it as music that represents the player character. It's center-rating my actions in game. That's why there were different tracks exclusive to creative mode. It represented the different play experience through the track and music itself. The music was about me, the player! Compare that to the new tracks, which to me are far more atmospheric and slow. They lack strong melodies, and usually are biome specific. These tracks are not about the player or the player actions, but to me, they represent the music of the Minecraft world itself. And truly, this difference in perspective is the difference between old and new Minecraft. Anyway, I hope this unban appeal goes to show that I don't hate old Minecraft, and you should seriously consider unbanning me from r/Golden Age Minecraft. Please! I'm very sorry I called your builds liquid diarrhea. I keep getting banned from places online because internet moderators hate that I'm rude on the internet and not forced wholesome like every other Minecraft prick. Yours truly, Gerg. Oh, and I've been rejected.